Hi everyone. I read Article 5 for the Personal and Professional Growth Project, which talks about Jung's 4 levels of consciousness, transformative experiences, and individuation. So, we as humans are what the article calls sentient beings, and this means that we have awareness of ourselves, our emotions, our sensations, our thoughts, and our own awareness. We're conscious beings, and first I want to talk about what each of the 4 levels of consciousness are that are described by Jungian theory. So the first of the 4 levels of consciousness is collective consciousness, and this is our perception and awareness of the outer physical world. It's how we interpret reality. And when I say we, I mean we as a society or a species. It's shared beliefs, ideas, and moral attitudes which are a unifying force in our society. The second level of consciousness is collective unconsciousness, also called universal unconscious. And this is knowledge that we're all born with and it's shared by all human beings, but we're not conscious of it. So it's not at a level of awareness. Even though we don't know what makes up our collective unconscious, it's thought that in moments of crisis, the psyche can tap into the collective unconscious. Jung believed that the collective unconscious is made of instincts and what he calls archetypes. And these are models of people, behaviors, or personalities. Some examples might include the mother or child, birth or death, or something like power. The third level is personal consciousness, otherwise called ego consciousness. And this is thinking with which we are consciously aware. Our personal consciousness not only lets us reason logically, but it also lets us select memories or sensory perceptions with which we want to be aware. So this gives us the ability to avoid being bombarded by our senses or perceptions. So we can choose to feel the floor beneath our feet or the feeling of the keyboard on our fingertips. But if we're not focused on those sensations, we generally don't notice them. And then the fourth and last level is the personal unconscious, and Jung refers to this as no man's land. This includes anything that is not presently conscious but can be. These would be things that we might have been conscious of at one time, but have since been forgotten or repressed, or it might just be things that have not yet reached consciousness. The article also talks about transformative experiences. And when we have elements of our personal conscious integrated with the personal unconscious, a transformation occurs on the level of the psyche or the soul. And this would be called a transformative experience, or the article talks about enlightenment, which would be bringing things that were formerly in the unconscious to the conscious. Finally, the article talks about individuation. And for me, this is what made everything click and make sense. Individuation is a word that is used to describe what Jung felt to be the most important concept of human development. It's our journey towards understanding ourselves and is the art of personal transformation. It answers questions like, who are you? Beneath your social roles and responsibilities. The process of individuation involves bringing what is unconscious to the conscious. In our unconscious minds, things are hidden. When we bring elements of our collective and personal unconscious to light, we can better understand ourselves. Therefore, we can better understand others as well. You'll see that I've included a picture of a mandala on this slide, and this is because Jung stated that all of the paths in our psyche lead to a center point of our unique selves, like a mandala, and the path is rarely straight. It tends to leave us feeling like we are going in circles. So now what? How can we use this on a personal basis for our own growth? Um, and for me, by working towards being more aware of who I am at the core, I can better understand myself and others. I need to continue to learn and grow as an individual throughout my life. And by doing this, I'm committing to understanding myself, working on myself, and embracing who I am as a person. I can be a better mom, a better teacher, a better friend, and just a better member of society as a whole. On a professional level, I can continue to reflect on myself so that I can be a better teacher for my students. I can discover what my values are and what teacher dispositions I value the most. I can also help my students discover who they are on a deeper level so that they can better understand the world around them and to be the best and most accepting versions of themselves. I can ask them questions like our professor asked us in this class, like, what do you value and who are you? I can teach them to be critical thinkers and to strive to be lifelong learners. And then I wanted to end this presentation with a quote from Carl Jung. And that is that the privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. So I just hope everybody continues to reflect, continue to grow, and never be ashamed of who you are. It's okay to have different opinions, and it's okay to be unique. So thank you for listening, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.